Hey there, everybody. Stephen here from the Aroundtable, and thank you so much for tuning in. This week, or last week, actually, on the 15th of January, there was an anniversary of an album that I truly, truly enjoy and doesn't get enough love, but I think it should. And it is A Little Ain't Enough by David Lee Roth. This is his third full length studio album. He did release at first an EP with 4 songs, 4 covers. This is the third one. Of course, this is the album with Jason Becker, who was supposed to be an upcoming superstar guitarist, but he had unfortunately became a victim of Lou Gehrig's disease, and we never saw that star shine as much as it deserved to. He was a major talent. Sorry, not was. He is a major talent, and I wish we could have seen a lot more from him. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, it was taken away from all of us. As for the album itself, like I said, this is his third full length album. This is more back to rock and roll that we're used to from Diamond Dave. And it didn't do as well. This is the beginning of his commercial decline. This went gold. So 500,000 units. He was used to having platinum albums, million sellers. So this was a turning point in his career where people went, ooh, David is stumbling here. And a lot of people kind of pointed the finger towards grunge. And I'm going to say it had part to do with it because as much as I do like A Little Ain't Enough, it is, if you listen to it now, slightly cheesy. And I think at that time, people were not falling for that kind of cheesy rock and roll. They wanted either you hit them hard or go home. And I think that song, as much as I like it now, I like it a whole lot more now than when it first came out. It was a little bit too tongue in cheek for maybe the audience at that moment. But I think the other factor for this album, which really hurt it, because back in the day, like I said in many of the reviews, when you were a rocker, you stayed a rocker. And it really hurt a band when they changed. Kiss suffered when they went disco. And, Rod Stewart suffered when he went disco. David Lee Roth, if you go to Eat 'Em and Smile, was like an unofficial, the best Van Halen, one of the best Van Halen albums never made. This sounds like an old school Van Halen album. He comes out with Skyscraper. He produced it himself with Steve Vai. A lot more poppy, a lot more keyboard heavy. And I think when people said, "Oh my God, Roth is back with the rock scene with Eat 'Em and Smile," he is the rock god. He is the guy from Van Halen. He is why Van Halen doesn't work or sound the same anymore. It's because of him. And then Skyscraper came out, and people just went, "Whoa, what happened? What happened?" It just this turn, major turn. I think if I could go back in time, I would tell him to make this kind of album as the follow-up to Eat 'Em and Smile, and make back-to-back rockers, bring in the audience, hook that fan. Because the first one, people were just curious, right? They're saying, what does Dave have without Eddie? And they showed he had gas in the tank. He can do it. The second album kind of went, wait a minute, now he's sounding really poppy, and what happened here? And it kind of made people scratch their heads and going, this is not like Eat 'Em and Smile at all. This is a 360. I think if you would have released an album like this, a follow-up, a lot more rockier, I think he would have secured his solo status and his audience, and I think he could have then branched out then. Even if there would have been the grunge era, I think him branching out and changing the style then would have worked in his favor more than it did. Or actually, it didn't do at this time. As for my favorite songs off here, of course, the title track, I like it now. Shoot It. Lady Luck is my favorite. I think that should have been a single for sure. Co-written by Craig Goldie, who was a guitarist for Dio. Great, great. If anybody thinks Roth can't write a good rocker anymore, Lady Luck is an underrated gem in his catalog. I liked Hammerhead Shark. Tell the Truth is a great song. Sensible Shoes is great. Drop in the Bucket is great. I think it's a solid record. I just think it was the wrong record. I think it just came out at the wrong time. And I think A Little Ain't Enough at that time was taken too much as tongue-in-cheek, or a little too cheesy, as I'm going to say, for that time when grunge took over. So I think if you released maybe Lady Luck instead, and people said, oh, that's a solid rocker, I'm on board. I'll go with it. But that's me. I don't know. There's a lot of I don't knows in this, and I'm not a record producer and I'm not a record executive. I just go with what I feel. You let me know what you think. Do you have this album? Do you like this album? Do you know why this stumbled? Is it strictly because of grunge? I think it's because of the second album was too poppy and he hurt his solo standing. But that's me. Share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear from you. This is Steven from the Roundtable, wishing a very happy anniversary to David Lee Roth's third full-length studio album, A Little Ain't Enough. And I'll be seeing you in the future, guys.